Panthers threatening.
And Girton with the lead.
Titans point.
No, hey, what a great crossing pattern. I'll tell you, finding himself all alone up the seam was Ryan Conley.
Shot and a goal. And the Titans are on the board.
Leckletter. Oh, I'll tell you, she's a beast.
Up and running, and look at that.
Bang.
He's in there.
Shot score! You can see it all setting up.
You sure could.
North sets it up, and a killer winner.
And here comes the Donna, all lined up. It's nothing but goal there, right there.
Oh, my goodness.
You'll watch it back on Nashua WTv.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's the first round play-in game at Atellos. John Collins, along with Tom King, here on Nashua WTv. It's the 2025 New Hampshire Division I Boys Lacrosse Tournament. There are 9 teams in the brackets, and this will determine who gets the grand prize, gets to play the number 1 seed coming up tomorrow.
Pinkerton. Yeah, well, tomorrow's supposed to be the quarterfinal day, so this game got moved because of I think Dover was graduating yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So they couldn't play it yesterday.
So there's no 2-game break between the next round?
And they had to...
2-game break?
Yeah, there was...
Yep.
No, I mean, look, if you ask... This is a different year in the NHIAA spring tournament season. It is the most most postponements, time changes, and everything else that I've seen. A lot of it not weather related.
Wow.
The reason is that the calendar is a week behind in terms of sports. So this time last year, we were getting into the finals. Now these two teams, John, 8 and 9. Dover won the opener, won the first game between the two of them, 11-6. I always think that favors the other team.
It absolutely does,
You know?
Tom. I was looking at the statistics just this season alone. Game I witnessed yesterday as Nashua High South girls got eliminated in Exeter by the Blue Hawks after defeating the Blue Hawks 13-10 in a game that we did together, Tom, about 10 days earlier.
Right.
Exeter made all the adjustments, and they flipped the script. It was 13-11, and South's season, Marin Lowell's fine career, is over.
And same with some of the other, Karina, O'Donnell.
Karina O'Donnell, tremendous player. She had a good game yesterday.
She and one other player had 4 goals each. So
of course, you got in their home whites, Nashua High South, in the visiting away uniforms, the Dover Green Wave.
Be interesting to see how they play this. Is this going to be a shootout? Is this going to be a defensive struggle? 11-6 the first time. Says there's probably going to be a lot of goals scored.
And that was in Dover. As we just mentioned, there was a home and away series between there's a shot, and a great save by the goaltender for Dover, our first big save of the game for Danny Bretz, the junior goalie. That one had some velocity behind it. As we were just saying, the Nashua High South girls ended up losing after beating Exeter in the regular season.
I thought that they were going to be in trouble, and the reason is the same rematch thing, but also Exeter got a game. That game could have been here, except Exeter beat Girton 8-7. During the regular, the last 2 weeks of the last week of the season.
Yep.
I never would have thought that.
What a clean steal out of midair by the long stick defender.
And here they go. Look at this. The transition game is what South wants to do. They're much better offensively. Ooh, off the post. They're much better offensively this year than they were a year ago. A year ago, they struggled on offense. They were very good defensively. This year, it's more of an even offense, catching up to the defense. Maybe if anything, the defense has struggled a little bit.
Chase Ryu, the defender for South, that picked that one out of the air and gives possession to the Panthers with the next best chance to get on the scoreboard first. 0-0, 12-minute quarters in New Hampshire High School boys and girls lacrosse. We've played just over 2 minutes. Errant pass, turnover, Dover ball. This Dover team, Tom, they'd be playing this game possibly at home if it were not for the big upset they lost to Central a few games ago, 10-7 in Manchester. You were just talking about the difficulty of sweeping opponents 2 games in a row that you're kind of evenly matched with.
Yep.
They trounced Central in April, 12-6 in Dover,
Now,
and then they kind of
12-6
took them lightly.
12-6 is
Yeah.
kind of, it's not, if you told me 22-6, I could see it.
But if you did look at Central's season, that
Yeah,
was the highlight of their
highlight of the
season.
year, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, beating Dover
yeah,
at
Manchester
home.
Lacrosse is a little bit step behind
and
the
so
rest.
instead of 9 wins, they ended up with 8 wins because of that loss.
And because of that, we are here, John Collins, getting a TV gig.
Yes, sir.
I will be
we'll
with you.
take it.
I will be with you for the first quarter. I will go down for the second and come back up and do the rest of the game with you then.
That was a hard shot by Ben Tower.
Oh, nice feed. Look at that
Another
behind the
errant
back shot.
Yeah, that was a high degree of difficulty by Toby DeRoches, the senior attack man.
Let's see what Dover is. I mean, are they is Nashua now? Are they going man-to-man or zone? I think they're going zone, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. There's a few defenders stationed in spots clearly, and others are pursuing.
Double teaming the player with the ball. And don't forget, I said, watch so much girls lacrosse, I keep waiting for a whistle when there's contact.
Exactly, when there's contact,
Right.
and I saw that yesterday.
Whole different deal.
It certainly is. You just saw Toby DeRoches get abused as he went toward the goal there, and there's no whistle because there's a lot more body contact, stick contact allowed in the boys' game. 0-0 still. South looking to score with Tyler Benzekri. Saw his sister play a fine game yesterday, Tom. We're talking about some of the star players that deserve
she had
credit.
4 goals yesterday as
Carly
well.
Benzekri, 4 goals.
Right.
She tried her best. It was a
younger
almost
younger
half of the
sister of the former Telegraph Player of the Year.
in front. Dover.
Look at that
shot.
defense.
Great save down low, and the rebound collected by the Panthers. They come out of their own zone.
Now, Jacob Lynn is one of the best goaltenders around. That's Abby Lynn from Gerton's brother, by the way.
Everybody.
Jacob Lynn
has a sibling.
Jacob Lynn is but at 2 different schools. Jacob
right.
Lynn is a great goaltender. They're going to miss him. That's for sure.
Broden Landsteiner, whose sister also played yesterday in Exeter for South, handling the ball, number 3 for the Panthers.
That would be a feather in Nashua South's cap if they can pull off a tournament win and be one of the final 8 teams to play, regardless of how far they can go. Because realistically, there's probably 2 teams that have a chance to win it all, Pinkerton and Girton this year.
Yeah.
Or Exeter. Don't count out Exeter. Bedford has slumped a little bit. I'm surprised. They've struggled a little bit. But
Yeah.
we'll see how that
showed up on
Those
the
are the
scoreboard.
4 best teams. So
South going around the perimeter here.
And we did that Exeter game, which was a phenomenal game with Girton. That was just that was the best lacrosse game we've seen all year.
Yes, it was. Danny Brett's the goaltender for
Right.
Dover with a nice stop there. And
He is doing a good job because his team could be down 2-0. Boy, John, all of a sudden we're almost halfway through the quarter and nobody's put the ball in the net yet.
That's right. We'll credit the netminders, Danny Bretz for Dover on the right of your screen, and Jake Lynn, senior goalie for South, who is trying to track the ball as Dover passes it around on about their 3rd or maybe 4th possession since the game started. About equal time of possession. Inside, a shot and a goal, first of the game, scored by the Green Wave. Getting in tight, I believe it was number 8. And that is DeRoches, who's had a lot of touches. Toby DeRoches for the Green Wave scores first.
Well, hey, look, if you want a goal, get as close as you can, right? And he did. He got in there and just slammed it home. That's the one thing that South, you can prevent that in boys lacrosse. You can body them off. You can't do it in girls, but in boys, you can body the player out.
Yeah, the coaches can fault their players more for letting up easy goals in boys lacrosse.
Yeah, he just got too close.
He sure did. And
Now here's a face-off, and it's won again by Dover.
the key face-off.
Green Wave is controlled possession, I think, in this game so far.
Jeff Adorian was running around with it on the far side, and he will hand it off now to Cooper Ketchum.
Catch him while you got him.
And is that the coach's son, maybe?
Don't know.
Yeah, could be. There are a few Ketchums on the team. There's Parker and Cooper Ketchum.
got to be.
Head coach, yeah, it's got to be Chris
Gotta
Ketchum,
be.
the head coach. Not that common of a name. It's not like King or Collins.
All right, exactly. All in the family.
Up top it comes. And fakes left, goes right, runs into a double team, does Parker Ketchum. Cooper and Parker Ketchum. Key cogs in this Dover offense. There's a shot from distance and a save.
Jacob Lynn gets right down there.
Yeah, he saw it all the way, didn't he?
Oh, pass is intercepted. Let's see who can get it. Dover has it.
Oh, this
Turnover.
is what plagued the girls' team yesterday. Inability to turn their saves into offensive zone possessions. They just couldn't get it over midfield. The girls' lacrosse team for South.
That's good pressure.
Looking to pounce on that loose ball.
Well, they got it from that side, right?
Yep.
That's the side they were on. To Lynn's left.
And you can see Toby DeRocha setting up like Phil Esposito there in the middle, just looking for the ball.
There he is.
And he gets it, and he
Good
scores.
call, John. Very good call. You spotted him. I didn't see him in the crowd. You did. He got the high pass and just a downward shot that Lynn had no chance on.
Sort of like the sun to the circling planets there for Dover. They definitely were looking to get the ball to him the whole time.
And Dover out to a 2-0 lead, and I think it's going to take just one more goal before Will Delanoy stops the clock.
Yeah, he'll need to talk about making adjustments. As wow, did he know what to do with it once he got it, or what?
Well, I
DeRoches.
mean, if he's setting up there,
Yeah,
that's what he's there for. He's not setting up there to pass it.
exactly.
Okay.
One-timer, basically.
You have to do that. You've got
Yep.
to do it before the defense converges on you.
Sure.
And that's what he did. Now
And
South gets the face-off, which is
Yep.
that's a big face-off win for them. They need possession, they need a shot, they need a goal.
And they needed to stop this Dover momentum. It's Toby DeRocha's 2. South still looking for their first goal here in the first quarter at Atellos Stadium. The play-in first round of the 2025 Division I Boys Lacrosse Tournament. The winner of this game scheduled to play at 11 a.m. on Saturday. That's tomorrow in Derry.
And they may, because it's field turf.
Yeah, right. They'll just play in the rain.
Yep.
Barring lightning.
Yeah. So, and we clock is working against us too. We got to get this one in.
Not that you needed any reminder, Tom, but the number 1 seed against the low seed, that is a shot. Never gets
Dropped
there.
it.
It was a fan on the shot.
Yeah, he didn't. I saw him drop it before he knew it.
Exactly.
He actually thought he still had it when he took the shot.
And it turned into a phantom shot
He had
because
dropped
the ball
it.
was on the turf.
He had dropped it before he took his stick back. All right, here comes the green wave. Looking to get that 3-0 lead, and that certainly would elicit a timeout by Delanoy, I would think.
Yeah, being scoreless and down 3 with no momentum. And Dover setting up for their next scoring try. Dover had a fairly rough end to the season, losing 3 out of 4, including that huge upset loss to Central 10-7 in Manchester. Dover did end their season on there's a nice
Save
stop.
by Lynn.
Big stop there.
I think if you're going to beat Lynn, you got to do it as Dover did it the first 2 times, up close, right?
Yeah.
Where he just doesn't have any way to defend it.
Exactly.
If
It's pure luck.
If he sees it, you're not getting it by him.
Good use of the shoulder to secure the loose ball by Grant Imbolt.
2:09 left to play in the period.
Imbolt getting a really rude escort by Ben Tower behind the goal. He hands it off to Luke Lowell, and around up top it comes. There's a shot from distance, and just a casual save by Danny Brett.
He made that look easy, didn't he? He made that look very easy.
Saw it all the way, and it was just like playing catch.
Yeah, really. Oh, it's a bad pass by the goaltender.
Danny Bretz turns it over.
Let's see.
Charging, scoring on the bounce.
There you go. You can't turn the ball over like that.
And yeah, exclamation point to your point, Tom. Owen Roy makes him pay immediately for that turnover. Ill-advised pass by Danny Bretz.
Number 16, Owen Roy, off the turnover.
Yeah, he showed some free safety skills right there, picking that pass.
It was right to him, John.
It was, though, wasn't it?
It was as if he was
a
looking
gift
for a teammate.
What
If
happened?
he thought he was a teammate, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a bad play.
Maybe a missed
I
throw.
think the best thing to do is you want to have transition play, but keep somebody next to the goaltender. So if he doesn't quite sure where to go with it, you flip it to him and then start your move, because you can't go all the way down the field, but at least you can get it up to halfway.
With that long stick at a disadvantage, Tyler Benzekri gets it taken away. Jake Lynn bails him out with a nice stop.
Yeah,
Another fine
that
save.
wasn't the play. The play should have been a pass to the right, and then let that player develop because he's 10 yards closer. Too far out for that shot.
So Dover misses an opportunity to make South pay for a turnover.
Lynn has 4 saves in this game already. This game, if it wasn't for Lynn, it could be out of hand. We got less than a minute to play in the quarter here.
He's had to stop some very challenging shots, including some down low from fairly close quarters. Here comes another one. DeRoches, who loves to shoot,
Now,
draws
this
a
is
double
big.
team.
Dover wants the 2-goal advantage. Whoa!
I'm surprised he still has the stick in his hand after those fierce hits from the South defenders.
They've got to set up their offense. They get it down low, and a low shot goes by, and it's going to be Dover ball still. 26 seconds left to try to get a goal for the Green Wave, up 2-1.
DeRoche's got some tricks in the bag, Tom, with those. I think he's the guy that went behind the back.
They've got to get to where that's what they've got to do. They've got to get to the give and go. They've got to get in close. The shots from a distance aren't going to work against Lynn, and that time Dover comes inside and scores.
That's Parker Ketchum on the feed from Toby DeRoches, who turns from scorer to the key assist on that play. DeRoches drifting behind the goal. He saw Parker Ketchum streaking toward the right post. He hit him in stride, and then it turned into another slam dunk goal for Dover. So making the most of this first quarter on the road in the opening round of the 2025 playoffs. Dover with a 3-1 advantage, and will anybody be able to score in the next 15 seconds?
That's
South throws it away.
The anybody is going to have to be South, because I don't think Dover has time to get all the way downfield and score, but we'll see. 10.2 seconds left to play.
Yeah, they flubbed the basic pitch and catch, Tom, and took away any chance for that last-second shot.
Now they're going to go all the way down the field. It's going to bounce. It's going to roll. It may go out of bounds, and it does.
3 seconds to go.
You got to have a guy that you know is going to do it now.
They got to have a guy just throw it right to the net, right?
No, you just
Hope
get
for
a
a one-time?
get a guy up to the 40-yard line.
Sorry, it was running time. I forgot.
Yeah,
The ball went out of
exactly.
bounds, but it didn't matter.
All right, John Collins, that's the end of one. 3-1 Dover. I'll be back close to the end of the half or right at halftime.
Hurry back, Tom King. It is Nashua ETV telecast of the opening round of this 9-team tournament. Pinkerton is ranked number 1. A tough task for whoever wins this game to take on the Astros in a season they seem predetermined to make it to the final championship contest at Bill Ball, which will be coming up on Tuesday of next week. And yesterday we got a glimpse of what a number 1 seed can do to a low seed opponent as the Portsmouth girls took on Wyndham in Portsmouth in the quarterfinal round of the girls Division I tournament. I believe the score was something like 20-1. It was a predictable, maybe 20-5. It was a predictable beatdown of the Jaguars, who had done a great job of earning their way into that game, only to be defeated by the Iron of New Hampshire girls Division I. We'll see what happens in the boys bracket, but that's always why you play the games. You never know what will happen. As we move along to the second quarter, Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, and Pete Johnson, our executive producer. Coaches gathering their teams. Chris Ketchum, assisted by Brandon Howe and Hector Martinez. Nashua High South head coach is Will Delanoy. It's South that has to make the adjustments now. Certainly they've made adjustments since the last game, you would think, after losing to Dover in Dover. That was on May 16th, so almost a month ago. 11-6 was the final score. Dover had a fairly rough end of the season following that win over South. They lost 3 straight, including that huge upset loss to Central that left them with only 8 wins on the season instead of 9, instead of a chance to host this game. Dover did end their season on a winning note, beating Salem 15-11. Meanwhile, South also lost 3 of their last 4 in the regular season, beating North 10-7 to finish it out on May 29th. Both teams have had about 8 or 9 days off in between their last regular season game and this playoff opener here at Atellos on a day that's overcast, but the sun is kind of glaring through thin clouds. The forecast as of yesterday called for possible thunder and lightning storm activity during the second half of this game. We'll see what develops, of course, as Dover starts the second quarter with how they spent much of the first quarter, with possession of the lacrosse ball and the next best chance to score to add to their 3-1 lead, perhaps. The Green Wave looking for an opening in the South defense, making his run from the top. Ben Tower. This is a shot. Lots of velocity by Cooper Ketchum, but nowhere really close to the net. Dover with the player stationed back there, and they retain possession. Thinking about the wraparound, but then putting the brakes on was Kyle Behan. He hands it off to Cooper Ketchum, who's going to run the circuit around behind the goal. His teammates get out in front. Mostly South defenders are out there guarding the key space right in front of Jake Lynn. Dover's held the ball for about a minute and a half to begin this second quarter. 12-minute quarters to New Hampshire boys lacrosse. Spin move by Logan Carter. He's going to back it out. He's being defended closely by Cody Jackson, number 7. He's got an escort now. Jackson stays with him. Dover players change places behind the goal. There's a feed out in front. Shot from an angle, no good. And once again, Dover with the player back there to retain possession. If you miss on a shot, it's the closest player out of bounds. There's a shot and a goal. A cutter through the middle with plenty of space to work with. Logan Carter puts it away, and it is a 4-1 lead, a 3-goal lead again for the Green Wave, who started out this thing up 3-0. Dover going for the season sweep over South, who kind of look out of sorts in this Friday afternoon contest. 1 o'clock start on a Friday. And the draw at midfield. Dover's Ben Tower. Secured by South. Good job by number 23, Cole Warshawski. Warshawski was able to feed it over to his teammate, and South misses on that shot, but keeps possession. And now they'll set up for a second try as one of the long stick defenders trades places. Off the field comes Tyler Ben-Zekri, and on comes Broden Landsteiner with that shorter attack stick. South turns it over. They put it on the turf. It got knocked out of the possession of Grant Imbold, and Dover off to the races. Bryson Glidden cuts back to the middle, looking for a teammate to pop it to, and he does find Toby DeRoches up ahead. He'll go back toward midfield. Dover taking their time setting up. They get it to their playmaker, Parker Ketchum. Ketchum, if you got him. Casey Ketchum is, Chris Ketchum is the head coach. Casey and Parker are the players. Imagine the coach's sons who are a key part of this team. Behind the net it goes to Logan Carter, just scored that goal, the 4th goal of the game for Dover. And a lot of players on the score sheet now. A lot of players to keep track of if you're the South defense. Logan Carter from behind the goal scores. Kind of a wraparound at distance. He was about 5-6 yards away when he shot that high velocity missile toward the upper far corner and hit it exactly where he was aiming, it looked like. And there is your timeout call by Nashua South to try to stymie this Dover momentum. They are up by 4 goals now, 5-1. We'll take a break here at Atellos. Back to the action here at Atellos Stadium in Nashua. First round play-in game as South is hosting Dover. The 8 and 9 seeds doing battle to determine who gets to play against the number 1 seed Pinkerton right away tomorrow. No rest for the weary. The Astros with that dominant 14-4 record and high expectations for a championship lie in wait, but it's still a feather in the cap to whoever wins this to advance and compete. And Dover continues to compete a little bit better than South on those face-offs. And another win for the Green Wave as they secure it. Ball flipped from Jeff Adorian to Cooper Ketchum, and now to Ben Tower, and ends up in the hands of Parker Ketchum on the near side right. Parker Ketchum got that brace on his right leg, but otherwise it shows no sign of difficulty. He's one of the key players for Dover and has had a lot of touches in this game, effectively so. Parker Ketchum drawing the attention of Cody Jackson on defense. Faked the pass, now he throws it through traffic over the goal top and a score. You wonder how Parker Ketchum was able to even see Logan Carter on the opposite side of the net. He went right behind the goalie's head over the crossbar to the opposite side, and by shifting that quickly, he caught the South defense off guard, and Logan Carter deposits it in the upper part of the net from the opposite side of the goal on basically a one-timer. That the most difficult thing about it was the pass itself from Ketchum to set him up. Dover being dominant here in the first half at Atellos, up 6-1. Here's a good face-off win for Cole Warshawski. Ran into traffic. There was a concern that he might get it knocked out of his hands before he could make that first pass, but now South secures it. South is in desperate need of a goal. They've been so for 3 or 4 goals now, as Dover threatening to run it up toward double digits before South really gets this offensive attack in gear. Number 3 is Broden Landsteiner, walking it toward the middle, and he flips it to Grayson Flaherty. Far side, Ethan Robinson back to Flaherty, and now Landsteiner has it again. South in no big hurry to try to penetrate the Dover defense. Cody Jackson now picked his spot well as he found low slot Grayson Flaherty, but his shot went right off of a Dover defender. Fortunate bounce for South to keep it. Landsteiner danced left, went right. Sort of a pass intended for one player, ended up in his teammate's stick. It was Ethan Robinson to save it before it went out of bounds for a turnover, and South still possesses, trailing 6-1, looking for only their second goal halfway through the second quarter. Not a good start offensively whatsoever for the Panthers. You know, best case scenario, they score 2 goals in a minute at some point. There's a shot. Beautiful sniper goal on the run as he ran away from us. Owen Roy gets his second of the game. So Owen Roy, who stole a goalie attempted clearing pass and scored in the first quarter, able to show off his shot-making skills there as he ran to his right, fired back to his left, and was able to whiz it past a pretty good goaltender in Danny Bretz for goal number 2 for South, the all-important face-off. Another win for the Panthers. This time it was Raiden Nui Chao. RNC gets it. And then South almost gives it away. Let's see how they call it. They're going to say that it was a turnover behind the goal by Owen Roy. Unfortunate. South never did get a shot away after that big face-off win by Raiden Nui Chao. Dover on the run, looking for a fast break goal, and they make it look too easy. Inside, Kyle Behan deposits the one-timer, as it was such a quick transition from one end of the field to the other that the South defense never really got back. And Behan slips it behind Jacob Lynn. 7-2, back to a 5-goal lead again. What a unfortunate turnover that was by South. They had a 6-2 score. They won the face-off, trying to make it a 3-goal game. Instead, it's back to 5 goals difference with 5:25 remaining in the first half. Face-off win 3 in a row now for South. This was back to Cole Warshawski on the draw, and a great save made as South tried for a fast break goal a la Dover and were not able to finish it off. Danny Brett secured it. You could hear that hit 150 yards away. Turnover, net's wide open. And the shot, goal. No, it hit the post. And it stayed out. Unbelievably. Scrambling back into the empty goal, Danny Bretz. South may have waited too long to take that shot. I believe that was Luke Lowell that had the empty goal for about 4 or 5 strides, and by the time he let it go, he saw the goaltender sprinting back toward the pipes from his right periphery, and he actually overcompensated with a shot off the left post, it looked like, and it stayed out. Had he shot it as soon as he got it, he had a wide open net to go for. So Dover dodges a bullet on an egregious turnover in their own zone, and instead now they have a chance to go up by 6, 7-2 with possession, with 4 minutes to go in the first half here at Stellos. First round play-in game of the 2025 Boys D1 Lacrosse Tournament. A lot of bouncing the toes for both of these teams, who had a good week plus of rest after the end of the regular season to plot, plan, and prepare for today's opening round playoff game. Au contraire, tomorrow they won't have much time at all. That's off the post and in. What a shot on the run, going to his right, shooting to his left. Cooper Ketchum was able to slip it past Jacob Lynn. And there was not much of a sliver between Lynn and the far post where Cooper Ketchum shot that ball, but he was able to find the inside of the post. The ricochet goes into the net, and it is in fact a 6-goal lead for Dover, up 8-2 in what has been a dominant first half for the Green Wave, except for the last several draws. Roy Nui Chao wins another faceoff draw. He doesn't get rid of it, though, before they take it away from him. He was facing a triple team, needed to pass it, and Dover just says thank you very much and takes the cookies out of the cookie jar. And they're back on offense once again, the Green Wave. Another unfortunate development there for South, not able to capitalize on a hard-earned win of the draw. Timeout call by Dover. They want to maybe give their players a breather. 2-minute rest. We'll take a 2-minute rest. Approaching the end of the first half, and South needing a momentum shift. Dover trying to pile up the score at Stellos. This broadcast is made possible by local Comcast television subscribers. Thank you for your support. But did you know that in addition to watching us on Channel 22, you can stream Nashua WTv on the go? Just download the Nashua Community Media TV app on your smartphone or tablet to catch the best of Nashua WTv wherever you are. But from wherever you're watching, we'd like to thank you for watching Nashua WTv. Welcome back to Atellos. 2:58 remain in the first half, and Dover has the ball and a big lead, 8-2, up 6 goals in this opening round playoff contest between 8 and 9 seeds in a 9-seed tournament, 2025 Division I Boys Lacrosse. John Collins along with Tom King. Dover puts it on the turf, and South comes up with a much-needed steal, a takeaway, and they're able to clear it into the offensive zone. So South needing to put a couple goals on the board, you would think, try to narrow this 6-goal deficit entering the second half if they can, to have a chance to come from behind and win this tournament game. Winding up near midfield, it was Tyler Benzekri. He's going to shoot it, and he bounces it home. That looked almost like a set designed play. Benzekri went all the way back to the 50-yard line and kind of took a run straight down the middle of the field, and it almost looked like his teammate was looking for him to take that exact shot as it bounces past a surprise Danny Bretz for a third goal of the game for the Panthers. So a much-needed takeaway on defense, and they go down and score, and they convert. 5 goals difference now, 8-3. Dover is up, but it's got to be concerned. The Green Wave's got to be concerned about losing all these faceoffs. This one is a hard contested ball loose, and the whistle's going to indicate it is Dover ball. Some sort of violation in that scrum went against South in their home white uniforms and purple shorts. Dover in their away greens. Will they try to milk the final 144 in full and get maybe a last second shot away, preventing South from even possessing it again? We'll see how they play it. Dover has been very opportunistic on feeding cutters down low and slam dunking a few past Jacob Lynn. 20 seconds have come off, and Dover seems in no hurry at all to take a shot. Around it goes, just playing sure-handed catch. South almost reluctant to come out too far to leave space behind them. Each defender going man-to-man on a Dover player. Now some pressure being put on, and a good job knocking it loose for a moment. Kind of spearing at it was Nathaniel Motherway, number 13, playing some tough defense for South, trying to make something happen. Almost did. Motherway, a junior defenseman. Dover still has it, though, and there's only 40 seconds to go now. They have successfully killed off a full minute with this possession, preserving a 5-goal lead and setting themselves up to possibly go in by 6 at half. Trotting around with it is Parker Ketchum. He's had a great first half, as has Toby DeRoches. There's a whistle, timeout Dover. 17 seconds, they might be going to a set play here. We'll take a break. We're at Atellos. The final 17 seconds of the first half coming right up after this 2-minute break. Welcome back to Stellos. 14 seconds, that's all remains in the first half. Dover leading 8-3 in this first round playoff game. Welcome if you're watching this 1 o'clock start on a Friday, June 6th of 2025. John Collins with Tom King, Tim O'Neill on camera, Michaela Savageau, and Dan Young manning the controls back in the studio on Nashua WTv. Only 7 seconds remain. Dover's got to shoot this thing, and they do wide. But I guess the clock stops on that. They only 4 seconds now to get a shot away. Does Dover? 2 seconds, 1. They're not going to do it. But still the case that Dover is in control of this Division I boys lacrosse playoff game. They lead, the Dover Green Wave lead 8-3, threatening to make it a 2-game sweep of South, barring a dramatic comeback in the second half. Inviting you to come back with us on Nashua WTv for the exciting conclusion of this one.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah. You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Nice.
Welcome back to Atellos Stadium in Nashua for the second half upcoming between Nashua High South hosting the Dover Green Wave in a 8-seed versus 9-seed first round playoff or play-in game here at Stellos. John Collins with Tom King. Domination by Dover in the first half, Tom. They're up 8-3.
Well, it was domination except for one thing. South scored the last goal, right? Dover had a chance to take a 9-3 lead. They didn't get it. Their best defense has to be their offense. If you're Dover, you need to keep attacking. You can't back off. And that's what I'm wondering how they will approach this second half with an 8-3 lead. You can make up 5 goals in lacrosse pretty quickly if you win the faceoff and get possessions.
And speaking of that, Dover's secondary player there in that scrum, that was Jeff Adorian, picks up the loose ball, and he beats the South player to it and gives possession, all-important possession, to Dover to begin the second half, up 5.
Yeah, I'll be curious to know I mean, I heard some of the huddle with Will Delanoy telling his team, look, we're a playoff team, but they're a playoff team. You got to take it seriously, and so defensively, they haven't been able to. John, how many cutters have we seen? How many close-up shots have we seen? Dover's gone. Their strategy is to get as close as they can for their shots.
We've seen a dozen, and they've produced 8 goals out of it. They've got a chance to do it again as going to work as Cooper Ketchum.
Boy, the humidity has really risen.
Yeah, it's penetrated this booth, too.
Yeah, it has. I know it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about our game officials, man. They must lose some pounds running up and down the field.
Well, how about yesterday?
There's a shot, a surprise wraparound by Toby. That's another Toby DeRocha special. He's got so many shots in the bag, and that one he just wrapped around low and kind of caught Jake Lynn by surprise.
That is a scorer's goal because he had great ball control with his stick. And
he might have even went 5-hole on that.
These are easy shots they're getting, really easy shots.
Goal scorer's goal. I was looking up some lacrosse lingo, and one of them is steez.
I don't think that one's in there.
Style and ease. That might be a steez goal.
Yeah, that was a steez goal. Because he had style, because he surprised them.
And like you said, it looked too easy.
Yep. And now, see, they've got to make sure South. See, this is very easy for South.
That's a nice goal. Right off the face-off down the field.
That's too easy. If I'm Dover, I call timeout right away.
Really?
And I get him in the huddle and I say, you can't let that happen.
Even up 5, you want to nip it in the bud.
Who scored that for South there?
Brendan Skelly.
Skelly did.
A freshman coming down the middle.
Well, they got a young team. You know, they've got some young. Well, yeah, they do have a fairly young team. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did you have
6.
9 on that, Tim? I'm sorry, Tim. 7? Oh, I might have. All right. Sorry. 7, Cody Jackson.
Right off the face-off, 12, 13 seconds later.
Tyler Ben-Zekri hit him in stride in the middle, and he made a nice bounce score.
Can't allow that to happen.
Is that a takeaway by the South defense here?
Well, they're looking for it right here. It's a scrum. Everybody's colliding.
7, 8 players in on it.
Dover's got it. Nope.
They
South
had it for a moment.
Yep. South came away with it. Looks like South's got it.
Tyler Ben-Zekri ends up with it.
But will they get it out? That's the question. Now they get a pathway.
Tyler Ben-Zekri using those.
He made a nice cut that fooled the Dover player, the Dover attackman, and was able to move up the field. And he can't follow him past the 50-yard line.
Exactly. Yeah, he looked like a wide receiver losing the defender in space.
Right, and got that running start. Here's a shot coming up from a distance. South has done the opposite, John. They've scored from the outside.
Yeah, they have had.
But you know what they've done?
Sniper goals at distance.
You know what they've done? Lowered their shots. How many catches have we seen from the Green Wave goaltender?
A few.
South has
no rebounds.
South has lowered their shots. They're down low.
Yeah. Slowing it down a bit now, the Panther offense. That's Broden Landsteiner, number 3. He's playing catch with Grant Imbold. Imbold feeds it near side wing to Ethan Robinson. Spin move. Robinson passes it wildly, and that is going to be a turnover.
That's a turnover.
Are they going to call it a shot? Lucky for South. I think he was trying to pass that.
I think he was trying to pass that, too. He was trying to do a give and go.
Yeah, they got away with one there.
Yeah, they sure did. You're right.
We saw it from up top here, who he was trying to go to. I think the official down on the field got fooled.
Yep, I think so, too.
Dancing to his left, going to his right. Here comes Landsteiner. He gets
It's be a great game for South if they could pull it out.
It sure would. Seen a flash of confidence in the last couple of minutes, like they will come back. But it's a long way to go, down 9-4.
Well, goals will give you confidence. It's not that far-fetched, John, in lacrosse.
You've seen it many times. Running around the edge now with it.
Remember, it was an 8-2 lead.
It was. Now it's 9-4, and South's got possession of it. In the person of Broden Landsteiner. Fakes left, goes right, puts the brakes on. Now he turns again, trying to lose the defender. Landsteiner.
Well, that's a great defensive job on Landsteiner. He can't get around it. Let's see if he can get a shot. He's got a shot here. Caught up high. See, he went up high.
Yeah, he tried
Can't
for some.
score high against this goaltender.
No, he's got a great stick, a magic wand.
Be careful with these passes. Long passes, don't do it. Not against this South team. They're very opportunistic.
Oh, they give it back, though.
Yep, you're right.
Dover gets it with some space.
Oh, they've got a man wide open. Oh, they had a man wide open. There it is right there.
Logan Carter tried to field DeRoches, and he dropped it, but there's a foot race. He bodies it. He does a good job of boxing out.
Well, he was wide open, John. If they could have hit him on a quick pass was behind him.
Yeah, the goal was there for the happening.
Gets knocked down.
That's a
penalty, a flag.
They're going to call it a trip.
South's going to be a man down.
Toby DeRocher's checking the damage on his leg.
They'll call it a push, I'm sure. 7-12.
In tight. Great steal with the long pole by Chase Ryu, and that steal triggers the whistle for the delayed penalty call. And I think he is indicating a push, Tom. So it'll be Jacob Hovey coming off for a 30-second penalty. South will be a player down. Looking for double digits on this possession, this power play possession, are the Dover Green Wave, leading 9-4. And they go around the edges. Tom was in the hotbed of tennis this week, which happens to be, apparently, Dover, New Hampshire.
Well, that was on.
How was that trip, Tom?
That was on Wednesday. Oh, lovely drive through the country. Lovely drive.
Was it a great facility that warrants a playoff host?
A new facility.
That might have skimmed the
John,
crossbar.
I've been to Dover the last 2 years for tennis finals. One was the girls, one was the boys in D2 last year. They flip-flop, right? Every time there has been a bevy. Ooh, hit a South player.
Yeah, it did, and ricochets up high slot. Dover still has
right
it.
on top of him. Lynn
What a save by
gets
Lynn.
it.
Oh, he helps his team immensely
he
with
sure
that.
did.
And he
That's
finds a wide open teammate,
That's a
shorthanded.
huge save.
That's Broden Landsteiner. Somehow, Dover.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, what a tic-tac
Look at
goal. Broden Landsteiner. And he hits, I think it was 14, Grayson Flaherty, who puts it behind
Who
the
we got there,
netminder.
Tim? 14? Got it.
Grayson Flaherty makes it a 9-5 game, just a 4-goal difference now. What a transition that was from what seemed like a sure goal for Dover on one end to a fast break tic-tac-toe goal for the Panthers.
Well, that's just it. Starts with the save, right?
Yep.
That save turned everything around. Remember that save if South comes back to win. And I'm not sure who shot it for Dover.
Right, that was so close quarters.
It was right on top. It was right where they wanted it.
Might have been 32 Logan
this.
Carter who had it. Out of his goal to field that one is Danny Bretz. Bretz hits the turf. Loose ball, wide open net. The whistle kills the play. The net was empty.
It's got to be Dover ball if there's a no, South ball with a whistle.
Oh, wow. You would think they would have played
And
advantage.
here's a chance for the Panthers to get right back in it.
Saw that happen a lot yesterday with the girls' game. If the team that was violated on the foul had the ball, they played advantage. They let the play continue, and certainly South had the advantage there with picking up the loose ball and no goalie in the net.
Well, let's see what happens here. Well, right down the middle.
Broden Landsteiner is going to run the circuit. He gets stick check, throws it out at an angle. Grayson Flaherty puts it on the turf.
Watch
Now
out.
there's
You
a
got a
foot
long
race.
pole going for it. Up.
Nice scoop on the run to secure it.
That could have been a scoop and a run down the field if he had been able to get there.
Grant Imbolt with Hebert all over him goes behind the net, trying to use the net as a pick. Grant Imbolt still with possession.
This is the biggest possession of the game for Nashua South.
Think so?
Yes, I do.
Third quarter, 5 minutes and change.
Right now, as the game has flowed right
Sure.
now, this is their biggest possession.
To this point, yeah.
Chance to cut it to 3. It was 6. They cut the lead in half.
Grant Imbolt logging some possession time as he jogs behind the goal. Hebert, again, shoving him wide. And he's going to shoot it. It looked like a save.
And deflected.
And a foot race, and it's going to be
one of the rare non-catches.
Yeah. Valiant effort there by the netminder to sprint toward the ball, try to win possession, but South had a player further back in Grayson Flaherty, who's got it now, and he passes it to Nathaniel Motherway. This is Ethan Robinson. Dances right.
Whoa.
Goes left and
Yes, he
scores.
got
Ethan
it.
Robinson went 5-hole.
Wow.
That's one where the goalie is just trying to get a positional save, Tom. It's face-to-face from
I'll tell you what,
point-blank range.
if I'm Dover,
Get concerned?
I call time.
You know what? It is time for a timeout for Dover. They're thinking about it, perhaps, but no.
No, they haven't called
9-6.
That was like a 5-hole.
It was, and
he had it. He saw it. He had it. It just went under him.
wasn't looking good at the half. 8-3. Dover had the lead.
9-3 when they scored first.
9-3. They
But
were up.
that save by Jacob Lynn.
That's like a 3-goal swing.
Turned everything around because
On that one
Dover's
save.
body language after that changed.
Yeah, it turned into an immediate goal.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Now let's see if they can grab the loose ball. They do.
Yeah, good
So,
teamwork by the Panthers to get that loose
South
ball.
has had possession. They've won the face-offs. They've gotten turnovers. They've made saves. They've done everything they can do to try to get back in this game.
Grant Imbolt with it, number 15. Shuttling into the action comes Joseph Kudla, a freshman, number 12. He handles it now immediately. How about Kudla in a playoff game as a freshman? He's got to be very excited, very nervous. And out of the corner, the shot over everything. South has a player back there. That attempt was taken by Owen Roy, who was looking for the hat trick. He's got 2. He can score from distance, as he's shown us on the run.
3:29 left in the period.
Third quarter's been a good one for South in narrowing the deficit.
I told you, no lead in lacrosse unless it's 10 or more is safe. Really isn't.
And South proving it on this run.
6-goal lead can be made up in a quarter and a half.
This would cut it to 2. The shot goes.
Scores, look at that.
Oh, and there's some taunting. You got to watch out.
Yeah,
you can get penalized for that.
You can. Yep.
Number 15 for South with that Grant Imbolt, that ripper of a shot from about 12 yards away, was able to get it past Betts.
Still no
Bretts.
timeout by Dover. None yet.
Yeah.
Now they do. I think. Are they? No. I guess saw players coming to the sidelines, but no, that's just because of the change in possession. No timeout.
I think they might have penalized South immediately for the taunting, Tom.
Let's see. Do we have anything on the board?
I heard the referee yelling that up, that
we don't have anything
free
on
position for Dover.
Yeah, he's getting an earful from Delanoy.
Yeah, because that's a momentum killer. You just scored. You're still down by 2.
Yep, he's getting talked to.
Yeah.
So
and congratulated for the goal, but
so Dover gets possession. There's nothing on the board for it, though. I guess the taunting call just gives them possession.
That's it. That's how they do it in lacrosse, apparently, which is a penalty in itself. You just, took away a 50-50 ball.
Right. Which hasn't been 50-50 lately. South's been winning.
Exactly, yes. South's been a nice roll on those.
Look at
what
that.
a steal. Landsteiner saw it. He's able to shuttle it ahead, but there's a Dover player for the
John,
loose ball.
you get a sense of laziness on the part of Dover right now?
Yeah, or else
nah, it's lazy.
tiredness?
It's laziness. Nah, it's laziness. They just came off a halftime break.
They're just letting South get back into this thing. But is that a goal going in the turf by Toby DeRoches?
It is.
That's their go-to guy.
It is. Look at Lynn slamming the stick down.
Yeah, opportunity there for South to narrow this to a 1-goal game. Instead, it's up 3 again and double digits for Dover.
The Panthers giveth and they taketh away, right? Because that time.
I mean, if there's anybody that can score from a lazy boy recliner, it's Toby DeRoches. He's got the shot-making ability.
But the whole thing was that they didn't have to worry about the face-off, and that was the key.
Yeah, they didn't have to work for the possession. Now they do. Now it's a 50-50 ball. We'll see what occurs here. Some nice wins in the first half by Raiden Nui Chow, and he wins it again. Raiden doesn't know he lost it. It's on the turf, and Dover, Raiden recovers it. How about that recovery by Raiden Nui Chow?
Well, he did a nice job. He pushed him out of the way, right?
Yeah, and now he needs to pass it before he throws it away. Great reception on the one hopper by the long pole. Number 10, that was Ben Zekri.
And they wanted to score quickly there. Oh, he slips. That may turn it over. Nope.
Oh, nice feed from Flaherty. He finds a teammate up front.
Yeah, this is Dover's not yet.
Goal! Feeling it! Grant Imbolt, 2 in a row.
Dover was not set defensively. Did you notice that?
They were not.
They were not ready for that.
They were flat-footed.
Exactly.
And the sophomore Imbolt is putting his stamp on this game, Tom. He got the taunting call. He just made up for it with that goal. Back to a 2-goal game again, and now a 50-50 draw.
It is anybody's game here at Atellos Stadium.
Huge turnaround in this third quarter. There's 1:45 remaining in it.
I'm surprised there were no timeouts.
I am totally surprised, Tom. That's not.
I guess he's saving them for the end.
I guess you get 2 each, a half. And Dover did not use any as they saw their big lead evaporate. And not only that.
Is it 2 each a half or 2 each a quarter?
Oh, good question. Well, if it's 2 each a quarter, they're leaving 2 on the board.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's even worse.
Not sure.
I did see 2 each at the halftime break was sitting up on the board.
Okay.
2 timeouts each. But like you said, I don't know if that meant for the quarter or not.
They've got 2 here. Uh-oh, watch out here.
Good feed. Kind of a difficult shot, but it turns into a pass.
They could get within 1. No, they don't do it. Now it's a race. The long pole should get this, and he does.
But loses it.
He's fouled.
Oh, what was the foul?
Hit him from behind.
Oh, behind, yeah. Good work, good hustle by Ethan Morin of Dover, the long pole defender.
Long pole defender, and he had it.
He draws the penalty and the foul, and he gets possession for his team.
Less than a minute to play. Dover could make. They could. This is their most important possession of the game. They failed at the end of the first half. Let's see what they do here.
Will it be 2 goals or 3 at the end of the third quarter, or will South come up with a steal here? Dover has not looked too comfortable in this third quarter. They lose it on the turf.
Look at this. Look at this.
A little bit of a slip. Maybe it's the humidity. Ball still down, and a whistle, and it's going to favor Dover. Another hit from behind, perhaps. Reposition start.
Boy, they just look so out of sorts.
And now you get
they call
a timeout.
Yep.
Yeah, they do look. They had 27 seconds to set something up. They tried this with 17 seconds left in the first half.
It didn't help.
It didn't. John Collins with Tom King. Tim O'Neill on camera. Manning the controls back at the Nashua WTv studio. We have Dan Young and Michaela Savageau. Tom, I knew it wasn't a later round playoff game, similar to yesterday. Did the girls' game because
that was a quarterfinal.
Yeah, it was a quarterfinal, but there was nobody at the gate taking my NHIAA black card. You know,
semifinals and
semifinals, finals. Yeah, the premium pass that gets us a ticket to see all this.
Never leave home without it.
Yeah, and of course, Alicia Gingras was there yesterday. I guess the only person that might log close to the miles that Tom King logs in the tournament season are the ADs.
Yes.
Lisa's here, and so is Josh Knight, the AD for Dover.
Josh Knight, who's a championship-winning coach. He coached Campbell to the Division III title last year. Then he left Campbell to take the Dover AD job.
Okay.
He was the AD at Campbell as well.
Yep, you know him well.
Yep. He's from my hometown area.
Did you get to finish your Dover tennis? Sorry, Dover tennis story? You were saying the girls and boys alternate, and it's a nice facility?
Yeah. Oh, it's 8 courts, but you go there, there was stuff going on everywhere. Lacrosse, softball. Co Brown was playing a practice game there against Dover. It was unbelievable.
It's Sports Central, not just Tennis Central.
Everything was going on.
Wow. Josh Knight picked a great place to be an AD.
The same thing a year before when I was there. Oh. You drive in, it's like cars everywhere. I mean, tennis has got its own lot. It's fine. But, I mean, there was stuff going on everywhere.
Oh, what that?
A lot of activity. And that's at, 4 o'clock, 4:30.
25 seconds left. Dover with possession.
They've got to see if they can get DeRochers in close.
Here's Logan Carter. He's circling. He's going to shoot it. He might have hit the crossbar, the ricochet.
No, Lynn caught it.
Lynn caught it?
I believe, didn't he?
Benzekri trying to clear it to the offensive zone. It's going to launch it. Good play. It's gloved by the goaltender. What a shot by Benzekri. That was an opportunity missed by the attackers for South.
You hate to waste a timeout and have that kind of offense.
Yeah, exactly, which is no offense.
Yeah, right,
Dover fails to get a good shot.
Right, N3, it's 10-8.
Actually, it wasn't a bad shot. It just didn't go in. So, 2-goal game goes from 5 to 2. That's a win in the third quarter for Nashua South, and it is anybody's boys lacrosse playoff game as we take a break between the third and fourth quarters here at Atellos. The winner advances to tomorrow. You're watching Nashua WTv, your home for exciting local sports action. Whether you're at home or away, don't miss a moment of the big game. Check out our updated app, now also available for iPhone and Android. Just search for Nashua Community Media TV in your favorite app store. Follow your favorite local teams on Nashua WTv, bringing you closer to the action than ever before. Welcome back to Atellos Stadium in Nashua as we get set to play the decisive fourth quarter of this battle of 8 and 9 seeds, the New Hampshire Division I Boys Lacrosse 2025 tournament. John Collins with Tom King. All-important face-off here, Tom. 10-8, Dover leads.
Every face-off is important from here on out in a 2-goal game.
South has had a nice run of wins between Cole Warshawski and Raiden Nui Chow. Warshawski takes this draw. He's on top of the ball. There's a bunch of players on top of the ball.
And they come out with it.
And a nice scoop by Warshawski. He's got to find a teammate before Dover's got this penchant for taking it away from the draw taker, and they knock him out of bounds. That's a turnover. He didn't pass it. That's happened many times to South. They've been able to win the draw, and then they lose it to the defenders.
Right
Shot goal.
Yeah,
just that quickly.
I could see it.
Logan Carter goes low, and it's a first goal of the fourth quarter for Dover. A huge
that was huge.
mistake in turning that over.
That's a swing goal right there. Carter's had a good day, boy.
South did the hard work, Tom. They got the draw. They got the loose ball, and then running around with it, Warshawski had no teammate in sight to throw it to. Somebody's got to get over there and help him out.
That is a big, big goal.
That's something that Dover's done a lot. They just pursue whoever comes away from the draw with the ball and take it away from them. They've done it several times.
So if you're Dover, you work it in 4-minute increments. All right?
Clean win on the draw this time.
Got to get one here.
That's number 12. Nice save. Jake Lynn with a huge save. The draw was won by Owen Wood of Dover.
That's a miss, right? You got the momentum, you get the speed. South's not set, and you go low, and Lynn saw it, and now you have a turnover.
Again, Dover takes it away in the defensive end and goes back on the attack, trying to go up 4 early in the fourth quarter, sprinting behind the net with nobody really in pursuit of him. Surprised he didn't try to go right to the net with that shot.
The only player on this field that can take Dover's swagger away, and he's done it a couple of times, is Jacob Lynn.
The goaltender for South has kept them in the game. Though South does trail by 3, and Dover threatening to go up by 4, which is going to be a very difficult number for South, considering they've only got 8 in the entire game so far. Through 3 quarters, 8 goals for the Panthers. That's it. And a lot of it is because of turnovers and time of possession by Dover, which continues right here to add to that category. Trotting casually. Parker Ketchum takes it deep. Chris Ketchum, the head coach of Dover. Parker looking like another coach on the field as he takes his time.
Hit.
A little bit of a slip, but he maintains control of the ball in the other hand. That's Cooper, his brother, and he rips it high.
I was afraid he was going to try that from the outside. Dover should not be shooting from the outside. They need to get in as close as they can on Lynn.
That's what's worked for them, getting in
Lynn
close.
Will stop it. Got to get
He'll
close.
say thank you very much if they shoot that from a distance.
Here we
catch
go.
it.
From the out.
Trying for the one-timer, and instead it ends up with a South defender. Long pole defenders trying to scoop this up, having a difficult time.
Oh, South had an opportunity, and they had 3 times to pick it up and couldn't do it.
Cooper Ketchum with a difficult shot.
Let's see, that's an interesting goal. Dover got the call there. I thought South might get it.
You know what? I think the goalie was the deepest one time.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
So maybe he wasn't out of the net yet? I don't know.
I think he wasn't right away. So Dover, 9:21 left to play in the game. They got a 3-goal advantage.
Logan Carter, who scored here in the fourth quarter, handles it.
Everything can change in a heartbeat, but boy, if they get up by 4, that's
pivotal
gonna be
goal.
A tough one. Yes, this is a pivotal possession.
Shot. A Jake Lynn save, and he's got no rebound. That was terrific by Jacob Lynn.
That's the way Jake Lynn plays it. Again, another shot from the outside, which is not where they should be doing it.
That's like hitting a 95-mile-an-hour fastball right there, the reaction time.
Wait for the inside play. because not only are you getting a better shot, oh, look at this, the ball's sitting there, no one's near it.
Yeah, South
Not
has had
only
the
are
ball
you-
hacked loose a few times
Not
like that.
only are you getting a better shot if you wait, if you go inside, wait and go inside, you're also taking time off the clock.
Landensteiner gets divested of his stick, but
Yeah, what's the whistle
South
here?
able to get it back.
Timeout for somebody? Sure looks like a timeout to me.
It does look like a timeout
Yeah.
by South.
Yep. So each team has a timeout left. 140, not 149. Look at the other clock. It's 8:27 to play.
Here at Stellos, we'll take a timeout. We're in the fourth quarter of a elimination game, 8 seed versus 9 in the 2025 Boys D1 tournament. Come back with us for the conclusion of this one. You're watching Nashua WTv, your home for exciting local sports action. Whether you're at home or away, don't miss a moment of the big game. Check out our updated app, now also available for iPhone and Android. Just search for Nashua Community Media TV in your favorite app store. Follow your favorite local teams on Nashua WTv, bringing you closer to the action than ever before. 8:27 left in the fourth quarter of this elimination game. South hosting Dover. Although they lost to Dover during the regular season, it was strike the schedule, right, Tom? That thing that hopped up again. You had identical win-loss records.
It would have been. It would have had to be a multiple team. I don't know who the next team was. I couldn't understand why South won that tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I was very curious about it. Ooh, look at this.
Contested ball midfield, and South able to pick it up.
It's probably going to. Oh! South
Wow.
loses it.
Whistle favors Dover. Wasn't sure quite what the ruling was there. It looked like South had a clean win, but ends up the Green Wave have a chance to add to their 3-goal lead again.
Again, they're trying to add to that lead.
Yep. And
Another chance to do it.
every minute that ticks off the clock benefits Dover's chance to advance in this tournament. South needs the ball back and some conversions, some goals. Picking up the loose ball. Dover with some space coming out in front. Great job of pinching off the intended receiver.
Take your time if you're Dover here, right?
Yeah.
If you're South, do anything you can to harass them and pull them out of there, but they pull everything back, and the clock is their friend. 7:26 left to play, 11-8 Dover. They're looking to go up 4, but if they rush it, it's going to come back to bite them, I think. See, he had a chance to turn the corner and go right inside, but he's a right-handed shot. So
Parker catching with the ball, Tom, a freshman. He does not play like a freshman.
Well, I mean, obviously there's lacrosse in the family, right?
Yeah.
You get the father as the coach, and you get everything else.
Spin move, throws it in front. Trying for the one-timer, heads up play by Jacob Lynn.
There's too much traffic there. He shouldn't have made that pass. It was too much traffic. That's a freshman mistake.
Yes. Jacob Lynn pouncing on the midair ricochet.
It's a great job by Lynn. Lynn's very aware of everything around him. Oh, watch this. He's going to be able to go right in.
Landsteiner had some
Oh,
space.
He holds up. You know, South can't afford to do much of that.
The time is short. They need to go right to the goal.
They score here. Dover's going to have their hands full.
That's true. Still 6:20 to go, 6:25. South needing a goal.
Not only that, see, they score, and they get the face-off.
Right.
And they have a chance at the ball back again. So these things are all coming into fruition. Remember we did that Exeter-Girton game. Girton got their winning goal with 3:26 left to play, but they kept winning face-offs. So that's a big thing here.
Gives you that opportunity to come all
Watch
the way
out,
back.
there's a shot. Caught.
Clean save.
Caught. What a save.
Yeah, up top by Brent's. Danny Bretz is good on those. He's
Bets on Danny Bretz.
yes.
Let's see what
To
Dover
save
wants
those.
to do
Dover's
here.
trying
Oh,
to
look at
convert.
this.
Goal.
Layup. Layup. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, Dover is up 12-8
man.
with 5:40 to go.
And who was that?
That was number 8 for Dover. Toby DeRoches, who's got at least 4, not 5 goals. And his finishes are stylistic, Tom.
He's got 5. 12-8, 5-41.
It almost looked like I got possession. I'm just going to put my stick on the ground, just put it down to rest, and all of a sudden the ball comes out and it's in the back of the net. Like a change-up shot. 12-8, Dover. Face-off. Still on the turf.
Ooh, big catch right there.
Yeah, Ethan Robinson scoops it and
save.
Save is made. Oh, it doesn't feel like South Day with saves like that.
No kidding.
By Danny Bretz.
When the goalie is looking back at the ball in his basket, you know it's not your day.
Exactly.
It's his.
Oh, look what I found.
Look at this, DeRoches.
And Jacob Lynn.
That's a good save by Lynn.
Yeah.
DeRoches didn't have much room there.
No.
Lynn did a good job because what Lynn did was control the ball so it wasn't loose. 5:04 to 5 minutes left to play in the game. 12-8.
South looking for the cutter.
Oh, there
goal.
it is. That's a big goal.
That is number 12. And that is the freshman, Joseph Kudla, gets on the score sheet. Number 9. Well positioned there to receive that pass for the one-timer slam dunk. And it's a 3-goal game, 12-9. Dover would be very content to match goals with South right now. South needs to go on a run, obviously.
Well, here's what Dover's got to do. They've got to win a face-off, and then they got to take their time.
Yeah, they need to take a minute or two.
They got to take a minute or two off the clock.
South, of course, wants to prevent that. A clean win.
Look at that.
Warshawski dishes it. Shot. Misses.
South ball.
Yeah, South ball. A chance for a quick transition, fast break goal there for South, but they retain possession. Chance to cut it down to 2 again. Looking for their 10th goal. Teams have surpassed what they did on May 20th when they met earlier this season.
However, South has never led in this game.
No.
Faking
Cutters. Out in front, going around, scoring, and that is your guy again with a hat trick. Now Grant Inbolt, the dynamic sophomore, number 15. He seems to score every time he touches the ball.
Sure does. That's a great goal for South, and we got a game, John Collins.
Yeah, we do.
12, 10.
And maybe the more touches that 15 and
4:27 left. But I'll tell you what.
Gets.
Look at the 50-yard line because that is where South has made its comeback. They have dominated the faceoff circle.
They've been on a run. Warshawski's got this thing now. He just shovels it straight ahead.
Right. So what you got to do is you got to shovel it the other way. But
he's trying to rake it straight ahead and go get it. And Dover's trying to body him off it. And his teammate picks it up.
Watch out. He's all the way down. Yep.
Score.
Knew it.
Cody Jackson with the scoop and score off the face-off win by Warshawski, and it's a 1-goal game, 12-11.
Wow. Wow.
Nashua South girls got eliminated by a score of 13-11 yesterday in Exeter. Exeter avenging a loss to Nashua South girls earlier in the season. Now the boys are trying to do the same. They're trying to avenge a loss.
Violation on the face-off, and it's South ball.
Wow, Warshawski is enthused, as he should be. Cole running off the field. Exhorting the fans to get to their feet and root on the team.
I'll tell you what, Warshawski right now is my South MVP of this game.
There you go. And he's had some help, too, from his teammate taking a few draws. Raiden Nui Chow definitely has a win.
Oh, pushed off the ball and got it.
Yeah, Dover with a big turnover. And a steal!
That's a bad turnover by Dover. What a steal.
Oh, trying to a little bit too excitedly.
Go out of bounds. It's going to be Dover ball.
Dover ball. Closest to where it went out. That was number 22. Got a little bit too excited. Jacob Hovey.
Timeout. Anybody? No. I keep hearing a whistle, but no. All right, now Dover's got to get it out of their own area, and they do. They need a goal. I don't know if they can milk the clock anymore, John. I think they've got to start shooting.
No, I think it's too much of a risk.
I think they got to start shooting it.
Yeah, they need to turn their offense back on.
Anybody's game. 12-11, 14 left to play. Sun is out here at Stellos now.
Importance of every pass.
And don't forget it, they go overtime,
Magnified.
sudden death.
Yep, sudden death, first goal wins.
Golden goal.
Golden goal, wow, that could come quickly.
You'd be surprised.
Really. Logan Carter gets repelled by the defense. Good pass reception.
What, 2:45 left. Dover sure looks like they want to milk this clock.
I don't know, it's pretty ambitious. A lot of time to take
the
off
ball,
the clock.
You turn the ball over the way South is scoring.
You saw that interception that South did in the offensive end. They're looking to do that on the defensive end.
Dover was very careless with the ball in this game.
Going around the perimeter with the passes. 2:20 left in this one.
They're going to get it under 2.
Ben Tower changes direction, looking to pass into the corner.
They go behind. Let's see. Oh, and there's the drop.
There's on the turf. Whose ball is it? Still on the turf,
Dover.
scooped up by Dover, knocked free. And they're going to call that a slash.
Yep.
Timeout Dover, actually, before the whistle.
Penalty,
Yep. Any penalty. So we'll keep it here for the 2 minutes with only 2:05 remaining, Tom. What are you saying in these huddles?
Well, I don't know if Ketchum is setting up a play or not.
Dover has it.
They've milked the
One
clock
goal lead,
well.
2 minutes left. Yeah.
4:18 when South scored.
Wow.
We're at 2:05. Okay, and South turned it over after getting the face-off there. So, you know, that's you know, so it was just probably under. I didn't look at the clock. It was probably just under 4 when they turned it over. Dover's cut it down. So if they can cut another minute off the clock before they make a move, okay. Now he's out of timeouts.
Yeah.
So that's a big key in this game.
It's not impossible to keep away for 2 minutes, but I just feel like when you go into that mindset.
You saw them put the ball on the ground over
yeah.
there, and they were very lucky to keep it.
You've the prevent defense in football.
And that's when he called time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a risky strategy to say to your offense, don't think about scoring. Think about keep away.
Here's the problem. South is now starting to cover the passing lanes defensively.
Yeah, anticipate.
Yeah, and when those passing lanes are covered, and Dover doesn't see it right away, that's a turnover waiting to happen.
That's right, and they're one goal away from tying it, which would lead to a face-off.
And they have not been able to stop South on their last 3 possessions with the ball, except for that turnover. South stopped itself.
Yep.
So here we go, right?
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. This is playoff lacrosse at its best in terms of drama and excitement.
And well-matched teams.
Yep.
8 seed hosting the 9 seed. South versus Dover here on Nashua WTv. Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, expertly covering all the action and who will end up on top and advance to tomorrow's contest against number 1 seed Pinkerton in Derry. That's scheduled for an 11 a.m. start on Saturday. No rest for the weary. Celebration will last less than 24 hours for whoever wins this contest. Sprinting toward midfield with it.
Look at that.
One of the speedier players, Jeff Adorian. It's on the turf. We have a whistle, and what's that? Still Dover ball.
Still Dover ball, yep.
So, aggressive move by South's Tyler Ben-Zekri.
See, there you go. There's the danger of.
Yeah, Ben-Zekri knocks it to the turf. They get it back. Again, he knocks it.
They got to run. They've got to run around.
Dover is refusing to shoot.
They're not going to shoot it.
No, they're intent on faking the shot, but there is nothing forthcoming.
Not unless they get a good one.
1:38 to go. Just tempting him to shoot. They're almost daring him to shoot, and he won't. That's Ben Tower who had a chance.
Oh, this is interesting lacrosse, huh?
Wow, daring him to shoot,
strategy.
Tom, one-on-one.
This is interesting strategy. We're down to 1:26 to play.
I mean, the game was there for the winning. You get that goal past him, but
I don't think he had an angle, John.
no confidence in the goaltender. He's out of the net. There's nobody in there.
There's a layup right there. Where was Lynn? And a flag.
Is that a taunt?
I think it threw the stick. South player threw his stick.
Uh-oh. That might cost them possession on the draw.
I don't think it's no goal.
Let's see. 13-11 is on the scoreboard. For some reason, South left the net untended, Tom.
I don't know where Lynn was.
Talking to the South coach, this doesn't seem good. It's
So
telling
Lynn
him what
is
went wrong.
charged with the penalty because he threw his stick, and he's getting an earful from Delanoy.
Yeah.
So they have to come up with another goalie.
And they're just going to, yeah, Lynn comes out, and on top of it, it's a free position awarded to Dover. No face-off. So a 2-goal lead and the ball with 1:14 to go, and that is a pivotal play, as we thought it would be. It goes in Dover's favor. The Green Wave with it. Tyler Benzekri determined to create that turnover, but Dover able to outrun him, and now spin move in the corner, doing all kinds of work. Kyle Behan, number 10, playing keep away, and number 18 is Jeff Adorian. Adorian is good at this too, spinning away from defenders. It's on the turf.
Whoa, it's on the turf. Picked up. Let's see. South's going to probably get it with the pole. Let's see. No, they don't.
Logan Carter and his teammate able to body check South off the ball.
There's no reason to shoot.
34 seconds
You're
left
up
to go.
2.
Yeah, you're right.
You're up 2.
And just trying to kill off the rest of this game. Dover, 25 seconds. It's becoming a mathematical impossibility now for.
No.
That's it.
That's
the
it.
dagger shot by number 5, Cooper Ketchum, and it's a 14-11. I want to say win, 18-6, 18.6 seconds left.
18.6, 14-11. John Collins, I'm going to head downstairs.
Very good, Tom King. Decisive sequence as Dover successfully played keep away for basically the final 4 minutes of this game, and then drew a unsportsmanlike penalty on the behalf of the goaltender Jake Lynn, who had otherwise a remarkably good performance today, trying his best to keep his team in it in a day which they didn't really score enough or possess the ball enough versus this determined Dover squad. South trying for that one last goal here with 10 seconds left. Warshawski spin move, has it knocked away from him. Up top it goes, and the shot saved off to the left. That'll do it. The horn sounds. The Dover Green Wave victorious here at Stellos by a score of 14-11 on the first round play-in win that determines who gets to play Pinkerton, the number 1 seed tomorrow. It will be the Dover Green Wave. For Dan Young and Michaela Savageau back in the studio, my cameraman Tim O'Neill, partner Tom King, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching Nashua WTv, and good evening from Atellos Stadium, everybody.